divinity is more than just a concept to make you feel good. You are divine, and that is what it is. If you have a soul, and you're in contact with that soul, and your soul is hungry for knowledge, for wisdom, for power over the mind, over the body, then you are divine. You're a chip off the old block. You see, my divinity is powerful. My value is worth more than, it's not quantifiable. My value isn't measured in millions or even the billions. How can I say that? I can say that because the things that I've done have affected humanity so much that there is no dollar amount that you can put on it. My impact on the human race and on the spiritual realm, on all 9 etheric planes, is so powerful that I was forced to, that I had to incarnate into this existence just to live out my purpose. The reverberations and the repercussions of what I am to do in this lifetime has echoes far back into the past and way ahead into the future. So powerful that I must exist right now in this perfect time. And everything I do is so divine and important that I had to exist. The words that come out of my mouth, the music that I create, the lives that I touch, these very videos, because these are going to last most likely way after my physical body is gone. So there's no telling how many people these messages will touch. Just look at the people who have influenced you and the people who have influenced me to become who I've become. Some of them are dead and gone. Authors, speakers, musicians, artists. These people had to exist because what they were doing was divine, if for nothing else to impact me or to impact the generation that's to come. This is what I mean by you're divine and everything you do is perfect. There are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. You are here to do something specific, and every day you're doing it. Every day you're doing it. You are not out of place. You are not out of place. You are not flawed. You are perfect in your way. Embrace what you call your flaws. Embrace them, because that's what makes you you. That is what you have mastery over. That which you think that you fail at, you actually have mastery over it. Because like and unlike are the same thing. Just different polarities. You being an expert and you being an utter total failure, it's the same thing. Just a different polarity, different perspective. You are divine. Everything you do is divine. Everything I do is divine. This is why we're here. To really see that. The choices you make impact the future, and the choices that were made in the past have impacted you. You play a part in this. You keep living this lifestyle of spirit, and you will see that everything around you begins to speak to you in its own way. People will utter things out of their mouths to give you confirmation of what you've had questions about. That's the spirit. That's spiritual. That's demonic and angelic. That is spiritual. Because like I mentioned in the previous video, we're all pieces of what we call God. Okay, we're all patterned and modeled after the all, the divine mind. We're all patterned after it. Our mind has been mimicked after the divine mind. That's why we all have the same angels and demons and spirits. So if I do a ritual for information or anything like that, someone may just utter the very things that I need to hear, because the spirit that I've contacted is the same spirit that exists in them. You see what I'm saying? You see where it connects? This is why you can do rituals to affect other people, because the spirit that you're contacting inside of yourself is also inside of them, and it's the same thing. We're all connected inside out. We just look at the world as if we're separate, but we are all connected. You got to keep your eyes open and your ears open and your heart open. Keep your mind empty. What I mean by that is, don't ever think that you got this all figured out. Don't think you know it all. Don't think you got it. You don't. I promise you don't. You know a fraction. I forgot who it was who said that. Maybe Mark Twain or something, but we know a fraction of 1%. You know, he calls himself an expert. I don't know. Look that up on Google. You'll find it, I promise. But you can't come into this thing thinking you know everything. You just can't do it. Because if your mind is full, your cup is full, you can't get any more knowledge. You take that ignorance with you. We got plenty of ignorance in this world. And on another note, when I speak of zombies and the dead people out there, this isn't me being like Friedrich Nietzsche, calling other people insects. No. What that is humanity is in a state that is dead but dreaming. We are gods, but we are asleep. We are dead but dreaming, because gods don't die, they sleep. We're in such a powerful dream that we can't even wake up. So when these high-dollar producers make these zombie movies, and everyone's getting worked up about the zombie apocalypse, it's not a literal thing. It's a tongue-in-cheek way of talking shit about you. You are the zombies. You are the people. You are the masses that follow the five senses. You are the masses, the useless eaters, the oxygen wasters, right? Whatever else they call you. They're speaking of the general public. All these zombie movies, the zombies are actually about the general public. And that one awakened individual or that small group trying to survive, that would represent us. It's metaphorical. So when I say the zombies and the sleeping and the dead, that's what I mean. But most of us have the potential. Most of us lack the desire. But you gotta keep your mind empty of the things that you think you know. Dealing with mindset, you gotta come into this fresh, like a child. Ready to research everything. Ready to explore everything. There shouldn't be something that you're afraid of. You're afraid to go look into. There shouldn't be something that, oh, so-and-so said don't do that, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, I have to be initiated to do that, so I won't do that yet. No. If your spirit is calling forth for the information, go seek it out. Because you're going to find your next level. You're going to find your next level when you go seek out that information. So go do that. No limits. No limits. Listen to yourself and your spirit. You guide yourself. No other man and no other spirit will guide you the way that you need to be guided. You guide yourself. You can ask for assistance. But ultimately, you are the king, the president, the living God who makes the decision. I speak of this because I know that there's a chance, okay, of all the people that watch these videos and videos like this, of the 1,000, for every 1,000, these are the numbers now, for every 1,000, there's one person with the potential to become a Christ. Okay, the number has risen. It used to be 1 in a billion, then 1 in a million, and it keeps getting closer and closer as we are passing through this age of Aquarius. The information is there for enlightenment. The information is there. So of every 1,000 people that watch this video, one has the potential to be the Christ. And out of those who have the potential, very few will actually transcend. Very few will actually move forward. That's why we do this. We're speaking to those individuals who are going to continue to pave the way of a legacy that started way before we were even thought of, way before our country was started, way before the continents were separated, way before we were trapped on this planet. But again, I say trapped. It's trapped as in we can't leave until we're finished. We chose to incarnate here. Don't forget that. We chose to incarnate here to do a specific task, and we cannot leave until it's done. This is not heaven. This is not the place to kick back, relax, and have the most excellent existence. No. No. We're here to go through the process of alchemy. We as individuals especially, but also as individual races and as a collective race. We're here to go through alchemy, transfiguration, experience. We're here to collect data. We're here to help others. For the other 999, you know, for the one Christ, the other 999, there are those within that group that are supposed to get the message as well, and they go their own path. Everyone has their path and their place. So I'm not saying this isn't for you. I'm just saying that there's going to be those few who are going to continue to pass the baton, to continue to lead the way, to receive the message, and to translate it properly, and to deliver it through the proper means. Because sometimes teachers lose it. You may have seen that lately, or not, but sometimes teachers lose it. Therefore you have to make way for the new. Therefore you have to make way for the new. It's like a serpent shedding its skin. Regeneration. In this three-dimensional existence, everything must pass away and be reborn until the process is complete. You are liquid gold. You are divinity incarnate. You are liquid crystal. In your body is all the elements of the earth in its purest form. You live and you breathe. You house the four elements. And you house the mind of God. Potentially. But you have access to it. Within you is the greatest quantum computer ever created. Your subconscious mind. You navigate realities and you choose the ones that you want to travel and you go there. You are divine. Every decision you make and everything you do affects the rest of history and beyond. Remember this. There are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. You gotta be open. Open to yourself. Not to random spirits and random people on YouTube who think that they need you to follow them. Be open to yourself. Find out who you are, what you are, why you are who you are. What is your purpose and your meaning? Why do you gravitate towards the things that you gravitate towards? Why do you repel from the things that you repel from? Why? Ask yourself. Ask yourself these questions until you have no more questions. Find out until there is nothing else to find out and keep seeking. This is how progress is made. Not by getting comfortable. Not by thinking you know it all. Not by stopping and then trying to teach other people to get yourself a following. This isn't what it's about. This is about receiving a pure message and delivering it. Because there are others who need it for their transformation. You acquire light so that you can spread it. Light is filtering in through so many different avenues now. It's damn near impossible to stop it. It's coming from the sun. It's coming from the food that we eat. It's coming from people. It's coming from the music especially. So don't get caught up in being something that tries to slow that process down. Because you will be overrun. You will be washed away. They say go with the flow. Go with the flow of the Spirit. Because if you resist, you will suffer the backlash. You'll suffer the undertow. That's just what happens. Trust yourself. Trust your divine mind. Trust your spirit. Consider all things, but trust your spirit to make the decision. Don't let anybody else tell you what to do. You don't need nobody to serve. You don't need nobody to follow. You're a student and a scientist. You study and you research. You practice. You perform. You do your thing. It's a beautiful thing when you get confirmation. But until next time, remember your divinity. Take your mind back. These people out here who are trying to get it from you, they don't deserve it. They can't afford your divine mind. They can't afford it. They can't afford you. Don't give your attention away to them. Focus on yourself. Make sure that you save enough energy and attention for yourself every day. Meditate. Study. Build. Do your thing. Do your thing. You go out there and give that man 8 or 9 hours a day. Make sure you give yourself something. I'm not talking about sleep. I mean sleep. Go ahead and sleep, but I'm saying that doesn't count. Spend some time in your waking day to meditate, to study, to do something. Something. Let me turn this tape off.
I saw myself inside Rigveda, as a thought can be found. Black hidden, primal chaos raging within my skin. Summon forth my reality, I